Hello again, it's Joey John McGuire. I don't normally read my poetry when I've had a few beers. I normally do it on the first bite, maybe second. But today we've had problems like the computer totally crashed. I went from Google Chrome to Internet Explorer, lost everything in an instance, everything went wrong, and then had to reason with this guy, the representative of a big conglomerate that controls Fulham Broadway Underground Station Shopping Centre, who is at this moment trying to find me a parking space for my disability bike. But he told me he can't guarantee it, and if not, I've got to go. Well, Joey Joe Maguire is not for going. So we'll see how that pans out. Anyway, second poem in Geordie. And I've got it back to front now. Let's see, that's back to front. I'll have to work out how to do that. But anyway, let's see. Second poem in my new book, which is back to front. Totally stressed out, and I've had a few beers. And it's a little memory about when I went to Milton Keynes Bowl when I lived in the village of Hell. I went with friends actually, but it's called Out of My Depth. Had the choice been mine, with some good fortune on my side, I'd have wished to be decades away, transported to some sleazy, smoky cellar bar, listening to Tamla, like what I used to. There I was, out of me depth, against all my better judgment. I should really do this in Geordie. I'm going to start again. I'm going to do it in Geordie. Instead of me posh London voice. Out of me depth. Had the choice been mine, with some good fortune on me side, I'd have wished to be decades away, transported to some sleazy, smoky cellar bar, listening to Tamla, like what I used to. But there I was, out of me depth, against all me better judgment, as if against me will, trying to fit in with all the cultured delicacy of an elephant in a china shop. The villager had been stuffed to the brim with table chairs, candelabras, champers and gin, filled with a bubble of pretentious laughter belonging to equally pretentious friends of mine, all well-meaning. Did I forget to mention the Union Jacks? Oh, one mustn't forget the Union Jacks. 14 of us, 14 if you include me, plus about another 40,000 pretentious bastards, all crushed under one sky into a single grass-covered shallow bowl. And in the midst of all this humdrum of false happiness stood I, a beacon of hope. My mind had quickly found itself staring inwards from the fringe, pretending desperately to fit in, but my face must have been a dead giveaway, as I longed for midnight when we could all go home, when I could dump them all and their precious proms unceremoniously into 513, the desolate pending bin for all my unpleasant dull memories. It was a hot sunny day, and everyone who was anyone had to have a brolly. Not that rain was forecast, but if it didn't, they could double up as sunshades, or as was the case, become props to use like corks bobbing up and down to the tune of pomp and ceremony. I could have and should have stayed at home alone, wallowing in my own self-pity, as was the norm. I had grown accustomed to indulging liberally in my own unpleasant company, and could so see no justification in inflicting me misery on others. Until, that is, it was the turn of what's his name? The day's finale, a thundering crescendo of resonating tenor. Who for the first time in my entire life presented us with his rousing rendition of Nessun Dorma, which to me surprise left an indelible mark, a deep lasting imprint on my mind, that even I, the most miserable, depressed, suicidal man in the world, would struggle to ever forget. Da 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 dee da dee da da.